Hey guys, Albe here again in this setting. Due to the incredible success of my review of the Altrider skid plate, here I am reviewing all my gears. Now I'm gonna start from the bottom going up, therefore from the boots going up to the helmet. Today I'm gonna talk about the Alpinestars Tech 5 boot. And also to show some support to one of my favorite riders in MotoGP, Valentino, as you guys can see from my 46 shirt. But let's focus on the Alpinestars Tech 5 boot. Most of us know this is not quite an adventure boot. It's rigid, it's solid, but if you spend most of the time off-road like I do and you do some of those trails, well, this comes pretty handy. So let's take a look at what 270 bucks actually get you. First and foremost, 270 bucks for a boot this technical and this solid, it's a steal. But what are they actually giving me? Well, you have various colors. First of all, you can get an all black, then you can also get it in black and white, or if you're more eccentric, red, white, blue and red, and also there is one with fluorescent yellow in it. I'll put some picture around here so you guys can get a good idea what I mean. Another thing to note, those are true to size. Alpinestars on the inside has the numbers, and whatever you see written down is the same number you use for your shoes. So I wear a 12 size on my shoes, 12 size on the Alpinestar boots, nothing different, it fits properly. So we all know how important it is to have a nice solid boot, especially those of us that have broken a foot before. So let's take a look at the construction. First and foremost, the tip, solid tip. Still, you don't have metal in it, you don't want metal in it, but it's still very rigid, giving you a certain level of protection. Now on top you have the shift pad to provide some grip, as well as on the bottom you're gonna have some nice groove to provide grip on the pegs, so you're not gonna slip off of them. Solid construction all around, and you have double stitching on all those parts, on all those plastic inserts. Now the plastic inserts give some rigidity, as you guys can see, very solid on the bottom, still good ankle protection, pivot hinge, and some softer but still protective material up top to give you some good grip against the bike. Now, shin protection, great shin protection. As a matter of fact, to avoid your latch will get caught into anything, this latch is kind of recessed into the Alpinestar logo. The latches are not all aluminum like the Tech 7, but still you get new style self-cleaning latch in composite and aluminum. So you have the first one closing towards the inside, the two middle closing towards the outside, and the top one closing towards the inside as well. Now you have two and two squeezing the boot together, giving you a nice solid hug. So now when your latches get covered in mud and dirt and everything, they're still gonna be easy to undo because of the design. Also, they're easy to adjust, and you have a lot of adjustability. On the very top you also have Velcro. The Velcro give you some adjustment for the top part. If you're one of those guys that has gigantic calves, don't worry, this will do for you. So let's take a look at the back of the boot. The back of the boot, you guys can see those lines. Those lines offer flexibility. Therefore, you're gonna be able to flex back and forth as well. Another thing to note is the low profile that makes this boot very comfortable, even for those of us that have an adventure bike. Low profile on the tip means I can reach my control without having to fiddle too much with my foot. So very slim, very low profile, good grip on it, and solid. So if the bike falls on it, I still have that protection that Alpinestars grants me. Now the only soft part of the boot is this over here on the tip of the foot. So, but doesn't matter, because if your foot get caught under the bike, the sole is going to take the blunt of the impact and keep it from crushing your foot together. And one thing to note on this boot is the ability to actually send it back into Alpinestars and replace the sole. So you can have it resoled, which will increase the longevity of the boot itself. We all know that once you start using a boot for a long time, it becomes super comfortable, and it's always heartbreaking when it's time to change it because the sole has gave away, because the sole is pretty much all wore off. Well, in this case, you can just take this, send it to Alpinestars. For a small fee, they're gonna resole it for you and send it back, and you're gonna have a brand new sole, and there you go, you can keep using it for many more times. Now, on the walking side, you guys can see over here, you have an hinge to help with the movement. It's still not as good as the Tech 7, where you have the double hinge, but this, it's way good compared to some boots that are just straight plastic. Now, the boot is not waterproof. I like to call it water resistant. What I mean by that, if you're in the rain, your feet most likely gonna stay dry, but if you walk into a stream or something like that, well, some water is gonna get in. On the inside, you have microfiber 3D design wicking. So even after more than a few hours riding around in the dirt, jumping around, your feet are still gonna be nice and dry. So one question that everybody has about this boot is, how does it feel? Well, in my opinion, it feels fantastic. At the beginning, when I bought this boot, well, it felt a lot like this. If any of you guys has broke a foot or an ankle, you know exactly what this is. Well, the Alpinestars boot felt a lot like this at the very beginning. Now, why am I saying the very beginning? Because it broke in. After a little while, the boot became way more comfortable, and now you can actually walk on it. Of course, it's still a rigid boot, so I wouldn't suggest to put this on to go take a walk around, but if you're riding around and you need to do those 100-200 feet to, as I do, go retrieve the camera, this is fairly comfortable. So the real question is, in real life, do I need this much? Can I go with a lower boot, with a cheaper boot? A boot this technical, if you go off-road with your GS, it's very important. You need some good protection. The bike is north of 450 pounds, and if that bike falls on your foot, especially if you have a crush bar or something, you do need some good protection, like the one that those boots are giving you. For 270 bucks, I don't think you can buy anything better than this. This is halfway between the Tech 3 and the Tech 7, resembling more the Tech 7 than the Tech 3. And for 50 bucks more than the Tech 3, I believe this is worth every penny, giving you the best bang for the buck. So remember, better spend some extra money on a good boot than having one for free from the hospital when you break one. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys like this boot, if you do have this boot, if you have a different boot that you like better than this. The real deal, it's us, the riders. If there is something wrong, we need to spread the word. So comment down below and let me know. As always, go to my website, www.albezadv.com. Links are in the description. And if you like this video, like it. If you love this video, subscribe, and well, dirt on, and see you next time.